Good time zones, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for round number 4 of the Racers Elite Sunday Premiere Series right here on the Racers Elite Network, powered by iRacing. I'm Mike Taylor up here in the booth, and we are excited to bring 200 laps of high pace action just for you guys here today. With these drivers, we have we haven't had a repeat driver yet in the last 3 races, so we are still looking to see if we're going to go 4 different drivers to win this season, or will one of our upcoming drivers of Kensley Smith, Curtis Secker, or David Davis will take home a second win on the season. We are in the midst of qualifying as we have just about 4 minutes left here, as we have some final drivers making their way around this beautiful circuit. Let's take a look, see who we've got out and about here today. Well, it looks like Alex Teft is out on track to now for his qualifying run. Alright, let's see what he can do here as he's taking the green flag. Let's go ahead and go talk to a couple drivers here before we do get underway here. Hey, David Davis, this is Mike up in the booth. You got a copy? I'm doing pretty good, brother. Got a question for you. What's it? We know that you won back in Daytona. What's it gonna take for you to bring home the win here in Vegas? To become the first driver to go back to back, or not back to back, but get the second win of the season.
Uh, Probably going to be a lot of teamwork here. Probably going to be a lot of teamwork. Saving tires is going to be the biggest thing. Um, Saving tires and working together and just kind of keeping it out of the wall.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a good plan there. Um, how's that machine feeling today?
Actually, I'm pulling out into the track right now, so I'm hoping pretty good. Qualifying felt pretty good. So, kind of hopeful, but we'll see what we can do here in a second.
Absolutely. All right. Well, good luck to you, and Cody, you as well. I don't want to ignore you, but good luck today, Cody.
Thank you very much.
Alrighty, so Alex Teft put down a lap time of a 29.944. As everybody just heard, David Davis is now heading out on track for his qualifying run. Yeah, so that first lap, that will put him fourth quickest for the moment. And his second time will keep him at 4th, which isn't bad at all. Not shabby, not shabby. Stephen Luttrell will bring his number 36 machine to a stop. All right, we're just about 30 seconds away here before we're going to throw these guys on to the starting lineup. So we did have 17 drivers take time here today. And now we are going to go ahead and get these guys lined up here on the racetrack to get ready for today's event here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Yeah, let's try to get a better view here of the field. Much better. How about that? All right, let's go ahead and take a look here at our starting lineup for today's race. Starting on the pole, it's going to be Kirby Wainscott in that number 10 machine, followed by Richie Joplin. Again, happy birthday, Richie. Starting third, it's going to be Brian LaPrette and David Davis to his outside. Good qualifying run for both of those drivers. Row number 3, you got driver number 16 in the yellow machine, Sam Lubers, with Adam Squires to his outside. Stephen Luttrell and Andrew Teft will make up row number 4. Row number 5, Cody Benelli. It will be joined by Troy Thomas in that number 88 machine to his outside. Row number 6, Truth Hoke in that number 55 Army machine will be joined by Matt Mettler in the number 31 Red Line Racing Network machine. Row number 7, Eric Dodd will be joined by Curtis Ecker. Row number 8, Steve Sizemore will be joined by Ryan Warp in that number 45 machine. Row number 9, Robert Morris will be joined by Alex Teft to his outside. Jonathan Stidham and Brendan Pufferbarger will make up row number 10. Row number 11, you've got Lee Campbell and Trevor Fettig. I'm sorry, you got Rowan Lloyd and Kensley Smith. And then row 12 will be Lee Campbell and Timothy Eisburn. Row number 13, Trevor Fettig and Patrick Millets. Sorry, my eyes strayed there a couple rows back. I apologize. And that will do your round out your starting lineup for today's event. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to go green flag racing here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Kirby Wainscott, Richie Joplin will bring the field to the green flag, and we are green flag racing for the first time here at Las Vegas today, as these drivers will fire up these hot rods and dive down into turn number 1 for the first time. And right now, currently, Wainscott Joplin are both running side by side for that race lead as they battle it out down the back straightaway here for the first time. Right now, neither of these drivers are conceding, but Richie Joplin, he will take over the race lead on the exit here of turn number 4, and he's going to lead the first lap here today. So Richie Joplin doing an incredible job here on the first lap. He was able to go ahead and quickly take over that top spot. A little bit back here, you got David Davis trying to work on the inside, or I'm sorry, the outside of Adam Squires. But Adam Squires, he's not having any of it in just this last 2 laps. He's already gained 3 spots, so he's on the move. And we have trouble on the exit of turn number 4. Cody Benelli gets turned down into the pit lane. He's going to go ahead and get himself rebalanced out here. Let's go back here and take a look and see what happened. Cody Benelli, he just lost it in front of Truth Oak, and yeah, just very unfortunate there. And as you see, Cody Benelli will go ahead and get himself straightened back out. It looks like no harm, no foul done for those couple drivers right there, so they're going to get themselves re-straightened back out. As we take a look at Adam Squires in that number 35 Toyota. Adam Squires out of Coventry. Glad that, you know, he joins us for these races here. Let's jump back here just a little bit. We've got a mist brewing back here with that 101 machine of Brian LaPratt out of Unionville, Michigan. As you see, Stephen Luttrell trying to work his way around the outside here, back in that 7th spot. As these drivers are running side by side here through turns 1 and 2. Man, look at that outside lane. Just absolutely rocket out of turn 2. And that's Stephen Luttrell in that number 36 machine. He did a fantastic job, and he doesn't got a plain orange race car today. Let's take a look here and see. See if we can get a good look at his beautiful paint scheme here today. He's rocking out that anti-social paint scheme. Oh, 2 cars go, watch out! 2 cars into the wall. That was Kensley Smith, I believe it was, with Robert Morris, and didn't. Let's come back here, take a look here, and see what happened. Yeah, just 2 cars got. Oh man, that was a hard hit for Kensley Smith, as I believe that was the 42 machine that got into him after they made contact coming out of turn number 2. Yeah, that was Jonathan Stidham. And as you guys see here, Kensley Smith, he's going to bring his number 15 machine down pit road to get some of that damage worked on. I'm not showing that it's not showing that he has a meatball, so this is going to be probably just a tie rod that needs to be fixed or something on that machine. Let's come back out here to the action around this racetrack. Everybody's pretty much calmed themselves down a little bit here as we are now starting to work lap 10 of this event. So we have just about 190 laps remaining in the race. Nobody's really trying to move forward at all. Let's take a look here at Matt Mittler in the number 311 machine. He's Bill's Mafia Nation. So far, everybody everybody's staying quiet. Looks like we got Brian LeBron trying to make a run here on Curtis Ecker heading into turn number 3. As you see, Rowan Lloyd in that number 61 machine go way wide there on the through turns 3 and 4. You know, that's what you can do here. You know, there's like 3 different lines here at Vegas that you can run and still keep up your momentum. As you see Rowan Lloyd once again making his way to the top side, and it may be the longest way around the track, but at the same time, you know, it can also save your tires, as he's now making his way around Steve Sizemore and in that 08 machine. Rowan Lloyd making that outside lane work, as we got Troy Thomas and Sam Lubers running side by side directly in front of him. Sam Lubers in that number 16 mellow yellow Chevrolet trying to get around that number 88. Not able to do anything with it that time, but here comes Rowan Lloyd now making his run on the outside of Sam Lubers. Rowan Lloyd, he's on an absolute tear so far in that number 61 machine. He has moved up so far 12 spots since we've gone green flag racing here today. So surely he is making his way towards the front, which is no surprise, as this newcomer has really made a big impact so far this season. You know, just, you know, him just flexing his muscles and showing that he is going to be somebody that we have to watch throughout this entire season. And really quick, let's take a look here at our YouTube chat. Richie Joplin, let's get it. Absolutely. Have a great call. Yes, sir. I sure will. Paulo says, let's go Warp. Heck yeah. Joplin is the man from John Watt. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a quick look here at your race leader, Richie Joplin out of Hudson, North Carolina. He's been out front since we've gone a green flag racing. He's led all 15 laps so far. And he quickly took the race lead over from Kirby Wainscott when we went green. So he's doing a fantastic job in that number 89 machine so far. So right now, really great day for Richie Joplin. Ryan Warp, he's struggling just a little bit in that number 45 Monster Energy machine. He started back in that 16th spot. He's currently sitting 17th at the moment. So he hasn't been really able to progress through the field yet, because we all know how Ryan Warp is. He's like a second half driver. He takes his time. So don't let this current 18th spot fool you. This is just Ryan Warp messing with your brains for now. But he's having a good battle back here with Jonathan Stidham and Timothy Eisberg. Why I'm not. Alright, so let's take a look here, see if we can find some close racing here for you guys. I don't know, everybody's pretty spread out throughout the entire field here. Definitely very hard to, you know, find some drivers that are running hard, and so that's something that we're going to keep our eyes on, guys. I promise you, I'm not trying to take away any racing action from you, but right now these guys are playing it smart, just running their lap times. And I did hear that we are looking, between lap 45 to 49 is going to be our fuel window here today at Las Vegas. So that's what we are going to be keeping an eye on. I just want to jump back up here real quick to Roman Lloyd once again in that number 61 machine, who's getting battled now by Steven Luttrell. But, you know, he's kind of stalled himself right back there in that 7th, 8th spot. He hasn't been really able to get much out of it since. But he's still hanging tough around that outside lane there. Steve Sizemore just had a big issue coming out of let's take a look here, see what happened to Steve Sizemore. Let's take a look here. I'm not sure. Ooh, contact there puts that 101 machine. I'm assuming he may be having some mechanical issues with his wheel, because that's just something that Sizemore doesn't do. Not sure exactly what's going on, but looks like he's back up to full speed. But the biggest unfortunate driver here in this incident is going to be that 101 machine of Brian LaPratt, who was unfortunate, just innocent bystander in that situation. So Brian LaPratt's day, it's not over yet. We'll just leave it at that. It's not over yet. We still got a long way to go. He could still come back around for that lucky dog position here, as we have a battle brewing back here with Andrew Teft and Matt Metler, and Rowan Lloyd now hanging it out. As you see, Andrew Teft working that inside lane on Matt Metler. He's looking to get it all here out of turn 2, but not able to get it done, as Matt Metler comes back and charges harder around that outside lane. As you see, Rowan Lloyd taking it all the way to the wall there as well. And that just right there again just shows you how many different lines you can take through these corners here at Las Vegas. As you see Rowan Lloyd getting around Andrew Teft in that number 98 machine. And now Rowan Lloyd's back up to the outside wall. But Matt Metler, he's up there as well. So that's going to slow down Rowan Lloyd a little bit from progressing through to that 5th spot. So, yeah, Rowan Lloyd started back in that 21st spot. Currently up to 6th. So, Rowan Lloyd having a fantastic run so far. And David Davis up here in the 2nd spot now. He was able to get around Kirby Wainscott. As you take a look here, this is now going to be your battle for the race lead, as they are coming up on that number 19 of Cody Benelli directly in front of them. And here comes David Davis trying to flex his muscle in that 777 machine. He is looking for the race lead here on lap number 29. He's running right about that middle lane, so he's probably going to look for that fast momentum on exit here of turn 4. He's right there in the draft on his back bumper, giving him a little shove here on the front straightaway. Now he's possibly going to try to take a look here as we go on board with David Davis, as he's taking a look on the inside, side by side for the race lead out of turn number 2. As of right now, Richie Joplin not giving that spot up just yet, but they're going to dive down here into turn number 3 and 4. Still side by side for the race lead. Joplin outside, David Davis looking on the inside. across the start-finish line. It's going to be Joplin going to lead this lap as they come through this little, I can't even necessarily say it a turn or a kink, because it's just one, easy, smooth left motion, but still side by side for the race lead. Richie Joplin holding strong on that outside lane, which he can do and still somewhat save tires, but he's got to use that momentum on the outside to rocket past Davis. But as of right now, David Davis still hanging strong. This time, he's going to take over the race lead. And Richie Joplin, he's going to fall back to third now. And here comes Kirby Wainscott in that number 10 machine, adding his name into the mix here. As looks like we have our first driver to come down pit road. That's going to be the 7-Eleven of Trevor Fetzig. Not sure if this is by design, but here he is coming down a pit road as we continue to watch this battle here for the second spot here between Kirby Wainscott and Richie Joplin. As we take a look back from Kirby Wainscott to Richie Joplin in that number 89 machine. And just a little bit back here, we're going to jump back here to Rowan Lloyd. He got into the wall there on the exit of turn number 4. Turn 4. So he's got to be very careful of that, moving forward, because that will definitely stall out his momentum as you see him get right up against that outside wall once again. Yeah, you could probably fit just maybe one sheet of paper in between his car and that outside wall there through turns 3 and 4. Let's take a quick look here at our weather. It is 71 degrees outside with the track temperature of looking like what did that say, 98 degrees. Yeah, so it's nice weather out here in Las Vegas here today. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Matt Metler coming down pit road in that number 311 machine. Yeah, so we are now starting to have our... we don't like that camera view for this. He's just in a very awkward position on pit road, so... Let's go ahead and get our... TV cameras moving here. There we go, as we see that number 31 leaving pit road now. Alright, so our pit stops are starting here a little bit earlier than I think we anticipated some of these drivers, so I think they're just trying to get themselves on a different schedule. And possibly that might help them, later on here in the race. But while we are waiting for all this to happen, let's go ahead and take a quick moment here. Take a look at your current point standings. There we go. These are the correct points right here. Troy Thomas is your current points leader, followed by Kirby Wainscott, Alex Teff, David Davis, Andrew Teft, Rowan Lloyd, Brandon Puffenbarger, Stephen Luttrell, Timothy Eisburn, Brian LaPratt will round out your top 10 there. So a lot of these drivers are doing a fantastic job, in the points, and it's still only race number 4 of the season, but, it's always great to see a close battle as we have one car get way loose there out of... who was that? Oh, that was Richie Joplin getting loose there on the exit of turn 2. As we have Cody Benelli making his way down pit road. He's going to get a black flag for entering too fast. Richie Joplin's starting to fall back here late in this run, so he's definitely going to have to start getting himself back together. But we've got more drivers coming down pit road here. We got Ryan Warp on pit road, Timothy Eisburn. These drivers are going to be getting their new tires and everything. And man, we just got a big old gaggle of cars right here for this, I don't know, 4th spot on the day. Yeah. And so all these drivers here trying to get themselves all sorted out, figured out. And here they all come out of, whoa, big wobble there out of Adam Squire. Ecker probably got into him just a little bit, but Ecker, he's looking to make a run here on the inside now for that 4th spot, as Jonathan Stidham and Robert Morris will come down pit road. Andrew Tefton, that number 98 machine, has worked his way up to that 2nd spot. As we are continuing to watch this battle back here for the 4th spot. Well, technically it's 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. This whole group back here, these guys are just really dicing it out here in the closing laps of this fuel run. And now we are going to continue to watch more drivers come down pit road. Eric Dodd included in that mix. More... No, not this time. They're still out here running. These guys, I believe they are starting to come up here on their fuel window, so these guys are going to have to start making their way down pit road here at some point. We do have Rowan Lloyd down here on pit road. As you see him coming into his pit stall there. And Rowan Lloyd making his way out. Davis is now down here on pit road with Stephen Luttrell as well. And Richie Joplin making his way down onto pit road as well. As you see, these drivers now making their way here onto pit road. What a really good run so far for a lot of these drivers. As you see, Stephen Luttrell pulling out of his pit stall now. As we are still waiting for your top 5 now to come down pit road. That's going to be Andrew Teft, Kirby Wainscott, Sam Lubers, Alex Teft, and Brandon Puffenbarger. As I say that, they all come down except Andrew Teft and Brandon Puffenbarger. As you hear Andrew Teft clutching that machine. He's like, I'm going to go at least one more further than you guys. As you see him clutching here, he's going to go ahead and back it down, back it down. Beautiful. Andrew Teft went one lap further than everybody else, and that's going to be very interesting to see how this is all going to lay out. Alrighty, we're coming back here, catching up with Rowan Lloyd in that number 61 machine as he comes down the front straightaway. And he is looking to take over the race lead here on the exit of turn number 2. Rowan Lloyd with an incredible jump of positions there on this pit cycle. He went from 6th all the way up to 1st. So that's a really good jump there for Rowan Lloyd as he will come out of turn number 4 to lead his first lap here of the day. Stephen Luttrell in that number 36 will take over that second spot after this pit cycle. Curtis Ecker, who is being hounded now by Kirby Wainscott, is came out here third, but Wainscott going to quickly take over that third spot. That's going to kick Curtis Ecker back to the 4th position. Sam Lubers in that number 16 machine. He is doing a fantastic job. And Andrew Teft, he will come out 6th here, followed by Alex. Matt Mettler in that number 311 machine is going to cycle around here to 8th. Adam Squires 9th, and Timothy Eisburn will bring it 10th on this pit cycle here. As we have got a battle up here for this 4th spot between Lubers and Ecker. Lubers going to go ahead and take the position, and Ecker, he's still going to just cruise around, and he's not going to use up his equipment just yet. And that is something that Curtis Ecker knows how to do very well in saving tires as this race goes on. So he may be losing positions now, but you just give him time, he'll be coming back. As we have a battle for our race lead here on lap number 54. Stephen Luttrell looking to get onto the inside of Rowan Lloyd here. There we go, that's a better view of it. As you see Luttrell now going to go ahead and scoot right there back behind. But here comes Kirby Wainscott. He's looking to make a run on Stephen Luttrell. Now we have a absolute battle here for your race lead. Stephen Luttrell looking to get around your race leader, Rowan Lloyd, as they head down here into turn number 1. He's going to take over the race lead. And now here comes Kirby Wainscott looking for 2nd on Rowan, as they will drag race down the back straightaway. And right now, Kirby Wainscott, he's got that preferred line. But Rowan Lloyd is absolutely strong on that outside lane. As you see here, he just comes back and just rockets right next to him. But, yeah, Wainscott just not able to get close, as they may have made a little contact there. And that has slowed up Rowan Lloyd. That is side drafting at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. That was brilliantly made there by Wainscott to help propel himself in front of Rowan Lloyd. And now Wainscott, he's going to take his self and now put him in sights of your race leader, Stephen Luttrell. Now, that side of draft move that you guys all just saw, that doesn't necessarily make Kirby Wainscott faster. What it does is it takes the air from away from that second car. In this case, it was Rowan Lloyd. It actually slowed Rowan Lloyd down. So it didn't make Wainscott faster, it just slowed Rowan down. So that's definitely very unfortunate there, as we do see Kensley Smith now making his pit stop. Remember, Kensley Smith had issues early on in that number 15 machine, so he is on a little different schedule than everybody else. Okay, maybe he's on a bigger, different schedule, but that's beside the point. But here comes Wayne Scott now, trying to get onto the inside of Steven Luttrell, just not able to do anything with it just yet. But he is not giving up here. No, as you see, Wayne Scott now working that inside lane as they will drag race down the back straightaway here for the race lead. And it looks like Wayne Scott, he will take over the race lead, which will drop Steven Luttrell back to that second spot. Rowan Lloyd, he's got Sam Lubers now all over his back bumper. It's now making me wonder if Rowan Lloyd used up his tires early on in this fuel run just to try to make up all that time, because now he's starting to fall back as he is now trying to keep that number 16 Lubers behind him. But I don't know, Lloyd might that's very difficult to say without like being able to talk to him to figure out what exactly is going on underneath that helmet. Right now, everybody has pretty much cooled themselves down here for the most part. So let's take a look here, see what kind of battles I can find throughout the field. You know, I'm going to jump back here to David Davis in this 777 machine. I'm not sure what happened with him on this pit cycle, but he's all the way back in that 20th spot. He's still on the lead lap as far as I know. Yeah, he's still on the lead lap, so he definitely had a lot of troubles in that 777 machine. Brian LaPratte directly in front of him in that 101 machine. He's slowly trying to make his way back through the field after that early contact with, I believe that was Stidham. If I'm not, no, I'm sorry, not Stidham. That was Sizemore, that 08 machine. You know, he had some issues, and Brian LaPratte was just a victim of circumstance in that. So he's still trying to make his way back through towards the front. Let's take a look here as we have a good battle here now for the race lead. I'm sorry, for that fourth spot. Andrew Teff slowly starting to make his way back towards the front of this field as he just got around Sam Lubers, and now he's got Rowan Lloyd in that number 61 machine in his crosshair. These drivers are actually staying very well close together, and that's kind of what I was anticipating, you know, to see here today, is this kind of, you know, closeness. But I didn't expect this closeness, you know, as you see Rowan Lloyd once again climbing up through the banking here in 3 and 4, and that's going to allow Andrew Teff to get a really good run here out of turn 4. So here in the in this next lap, I think we're going to see a pass here for that third spot, as you see Curtis Ecker right behind them take over the spot from the 16, or trying to at this point, as we've got a good battle here now for the third spot between Rowan Lloyd and Andrew Taft. And directly in front of them is Steven Luttrell, so don't look now, guys. Andrew Teft, he's starting to come through, coming through the field as they head down into turn number 1 and 2, still side by side for that third spot. Andrew Teft, he is looking to take it away, and he will get him cleared here on the exit of turn 2, and that's going to drop Lloyd down to that 4th spot. And now Andrew Teft still rolling around that inside lane. Now he's got Stephen Luttrell in the crosshair. '78 checkmate 74. Go Eric and Melon Man Mafia. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, let's go ahead and come back here and take a look here at Eric Dodd. He did have some issues down on pit road this first pit cycle, so unfortunately he is 1 lap down back in that 22nd spot. But again, still early in this race. Haven't crossed that halfway point just yet. So we're still about 30 laps from there. So I mean, anything could still happen, and he is currently the first car lap down. So, as long as he minds his P's and Q's at this moment, he's good to go. Let's go ahead and bring it back up here towards our race leaders. Let's see what kind of good battles we can find. Brian LaPret, he's coming down pit road in that 101 machine. Remember, LaPret on a different pit cycle due to his issue that he had. Adam Squires in that number 35 machine. Currently hanging out in that 8th spot. Take a look here at Matt Mettler, currently hanging out where he started. So he's having a decent run here. Oh, he's going to go ahead and come down pit road. I think this is a little bit early here for Matt. Yeah, I think this is quite... No, actually, this is right about where he first came down. So yeah, so this is... Yeah, so that should be normal, right on cue here for him. We do have Patrick Millett out of this race. Jonathan Stidham in that number 42 machine. He is showing he is down on pit road, and now here he comes. He's now finally exiting the pits. He will be just about 18 laps down, unfortunately. Let's jump back here to this battle back here for this 4th spot. Curtis Ecker working on the inside of Rowan Lloyd now. He's got him clear here out of turn 2. Curtis Ecker slowly making his way up towards the front. He's now up 10 spots from where he started. You know, Curtis Ecker, he's not a very good qualifier per se, but man, let me tell you what, once that green flag drops, it's like he's got a whole different gear in that 8 machine. So this is no surprise seeing him coming up through the field like this, as Rowan Lloyd, he's now got his bumper filled up with Alex Teft there in that number 43 machine. But these 3 drivers right here, Curtis Ecker, Rowan Lloyd, and Alex Teft, are all having fantastic days. You know, moving up double digits since we gone green flag racing. And another driver that has moved up a lot as well is Timothy Eisburn in that number 92 machine, currently in that 10th spot. He started back in that 24th position, and he's now hanging out in the top 10, so really great day for him. And before we get underway for our next set of pit stops here, I would like to send out a couple shout outs. Speed Zone Race Control with Chantel Pottle. She's doing a fantastic job up in race control. These guys making her job very easy today. Whiplash Sim Cams, giving you all the beautiful sights that you are seeing here today. As you see Rowan Lloyd getting passed by Alex Teft and Sam Lubers. So he's falling back a little bit here as well. Americatees.com. We want to go take a look at them. They got some pretty cool t-shirts. Some funny t-shirts. So definitely go take a look at Americatees.com. And if you use... Actually, I don't want to give you the wrong name on that. So we're going to go to a driver that is rocking one of those Americatees.com t-shirts right there. And that's going to be Jonathan Stidham. If you use the code RUNOVER, as in Runover Racing, all you got to do is just do RUNOVER at checkout. And you will get, I believe it was a 10% discount on your order. So definitely go do that. So Americatees.com, go take a look. They got some pretty cool t-shirts. You can't go wrong with those shirts back there. And we also, if you would like to have some Racer Elite apparel, make sure you scan that QR code, which will be popping up on your screen here momentarily. And when you do see that, go ahead and just, there it is right there. Go ahead and scan that QR code, and that will send you over to our Racer Elite apparel section and get yourself a nice t-shirt for to help keep these broadcasts going. That's what those funds do for us. So head over to racerelite.com as well to get all the upcoming races and links to our Discord. And you can also get the link over to our shop as well. Troy Thomas looking to get around Adam Squires, but not able to do anything. I'm sorry, that's Trevor Fettig in front of him, who is one lap down. So Trevor Fettig, he's actually on fresher tires here. Let's take a look here, see who we can find. Richie Joplin in that number 89 machine. He's coming on down pit road now. Actually, I think he's getting ready to pull out. I don't like that view. Sorry, guys. Now we can take a look at his car. So Richie Joplin coming down pit road now. As you see, Andrew Teft, he's got his rear view mirror full of that number 8 of Curtis Ecker. So Curtis Ecker starting to make his way back towards the front here. But now Steven Luttrell, he's got his mirror full of Andrew Teft and Curtis Ecker as well. Oh, I think Curtis Ecker might have got into the wall there just briefly. But right here, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys are all seeing, this here is your battle for first. Kirby Wainscott out front, out of Sparta, Kentucky. He's doing a fantastic job. We ran a race here last night in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series just for fun, and Kirby Wainscott brought home the win yesterday. He's looking to bring it home again here today, and I know that the two are two total different beasts, but let me tell you what, all the laps, you know, that you can get underneath your belt will help no matter what series you run. And as of right now, he's doing a fantastic job out front. He's holding off Stephen Luttrell, Andrew Tefty, and Curtis Ecker all right here. As we are closing in here on our next set of green flag pit stops. I think Andrew Teft is in fuel-saving mode once again, as Curtis Ecker is making his way around him on the outside. As we see Rowan Lloyd in that number 61 machine coming down pit road. And he's going to come to a stop in his pit box. Get a good look here at Rowan Lloyd's number 61 machine. Rowan Lloyd out of Hudson, Illinois. Let's jump back here to our top drivers on the track for the moment. Robert Morris in that number 21 machine. He's making his way down pit road now as well. So a lot of drivers now starting to make their way down. Curtis Ecker, I feel like he's just stalking Stephen Luttrell at the moment. Because he looks like he keeps like acting like he's going to try to make a run on the inside, but then just backs off and gets right back behind Stephen Luttrell. Stephen Luttrell's now making his way down pit road. Nice and easy here for these drivers. Don't want to get caught speeding on pit road, because that could definitely put an end to your day so far. As we've haven't had a caution, knocking on wood, as of yet. So these guys definitely doing a fantastic job here at Las Vegas. And let me tell you what, I've been saying this across all four seasons that we have going here for the trucks, the Xfinity Series. I believe the Gen 4 is on Thursday nights, and now here on Sunday. These guys, just something happened in between the two seasons, and these guys have absolutely been putting on a flag to flag show, absolutely, for everybody. Steve Sizemore, that 08 machine, he's now down on pit road. As we see Curtis Ecker making his way down pit road. So he's going to give up that second or that third spot. Somebody we haven't really talked much about is Truth Hoken, that number 55 machine out of Hickory, North Carolina. He's been hanging out in the top 10 for probably the majority of the day. He's been pretty quiet here, as looks like he's going to slow his machine down to come down to pit road now. Kirby Wainscott, your race leader, he's coming down pit road now. Andrew Teft is still out front. Sam Lubers is coming down pit road now. And that now leaves 3 drivers. Sam Lubers, he gets caught speeding on pit road. So that's going to be a 40-second hold for him here on lap number 97. So remember that speeding penalties that I was talking about. Sam Lubers, he just got hit with that, and that's not what that driver needed. As you see him get him. Oh, and now he just missed his pit stall, so he had to back it up. And that crew now gets to work on that machine. So that's not what these drivers want. You gotta be careful getting down here on pit road. As we take a look here at Alex Tefton, that number 43 machine, he's got company right behind him. But that is a lap down car directly behind him. So Brandon Puffenbarger in that number 5 machine still needing to come down pit road as well in that number 5. Puffenbarger out of Morgantown, West Virginia. He's seems to be struggling a little bit this season. Let's me take a look here. I believe he is. Here we go. Yeah, he's currently tied for that 6th position. So, yeah, I think it was last week. Oh, no, no, no! Commentator's curse hard into that inside wall. Oh, no. Brandon Puffenbarger hard into that inside wall. Luckily, I believe these guys do have one fast repair, I think. Let me go verify that, because now I want to know. I can tell you guys here in just one moment. Yeah, they do have one fast repair, so he can go ahead and use that now, which you really don't want to, but, you know, it's better to get that done, taken care of now, and only lose a couple of spots after that spin. So the commentator's curse has hit Brandon Puffenbarger, so I apologize. Let's go away from him and head over to Kirby Wainscott, currently in that 3rd spot. So on this cycle of pit stops, Stephen Luttrell will come out on top this time out of Kansas City, Missouri. Stephen Luttrell having a fantastic last couple of weeks, as he is actually looking to start making his way back up through the field. He is currently sitting tied for that, or yeah, he's currently sitting in that 8th spot in points. He's had 1 top 5 of the season, 2 top 10s, so he's looking to better his season at the moment. And as of right now, he's doing a great job. As you see, he is putting Ryan Warp he's putting Ryan Warp 1 lap down now. Curtis Ecker in that number 8 machine is doing a fantastic job keeping it up front all day long after starting back in that 14th spot, I believe it was. Let's take a look here, find out exactly. Yeah, 14th. So he's doing a good job. Kirby Wainscott, your pole sitter, he's been hanging out in the top 3 all day long. So this is a fantastic run out of Kirby, and this will propel him, you know, to the top of the standings if it were to finish as it is now. As you see this great battle now brewing for the 2nd spot. Wainscott on the inside of Ecker, looking to take it over here in turns 1 and 2. And there he goes. He's going to go ahead and complete the pass. And, you know, this is pretty good, you know, for Ecker. You know, he should just really race for points at this point, as we have crossed over into the second half of this race. So he's they're doing a great job for sure. As you see them now working their way around Ryan Warp in that number 45 machine. Let's go ahead and continue going through the field. That number 98 machine of of Andrew Teff started back in the 8th spot. He's up to 4th at the moment. You know, Andrew Teff always a very strong runner here in Racers Elite. Jumping back one spot over to brother Alex Teft. He's also a very strong driver as well. Started back in that 18th spot. He's all the way up here to 5th. So he's, once again, you know, he's another one of those drivers that he doesn't qualify very well, but he's always in where it matters the most, and that's near the front of the field at the end of these races. Rowan Lloyd in that number 61 machine started back at that 21st spot and is currently running 6th. So just an absolute incredible day for him. He is currently the driver that has moved up the most throughout the day. So just Rowan Lloyd, he's just wicked fast. He's really flexed his muscles ever since he joined us a few weeks ago. So Rowan Lloyd really showing what he's got. Richie Joplin started 2nd, currently running in that 7th spot. He was really pushing himself during that second fuel run, and that's really hurt him some here, as he is now fighting Adam Squires back here for that 7th spot. Adam Squires started in that 6th spot, currently running 8th in that Yahoo number 35. Adam Squires, he's been pretty quiet for a good majority of the day, you know, minding his own, and, you know, just turning laps. And, you know, I believe he could still make up a couple of spots here before the end of this race. So definitely keep an eye on that number 35 machine. Directly behind them, Troy Thomas, your current points leader in that number 88 machine. He started in that 10th spot. He's only been able to move up one position. But Troy Thomas, he's looking to turn his day around here in that number 88 machine. Steve Sizemore started in that 15th spot, currently in the top 10 now in that 08 machine. He did have some issue early on, not sure exactly what happened, but he did end up making contact with that 101 machine of Brian LaPratt. But whatever happened, he's got it all figured out and still running here in the top 10. Truth Hoke in that number 55 Army machine. He's started in 11th, currently still 11th. He's right about where he is happy, where that machine is at. Obviously, he doesn't want to be 11th. He wants to be further up through the field, but he's having a decent day, you know, staying nice and quiet. And he's just having a good old time out here, I believe. Brandon Puffenbarger in that number 5 machine, started in that 20th position up to 12th for the moment. As you hear him clutching that, try to get the most of fuel as he can to try to make some sort of a run here at the end on fuel mileage. Timothy Eisburn currently in that 13th spot, started 24th. He's moved up 11 spots, doing a fantastic job in that number 92 machine with Shaco LLC on his hood. Really great job out of him so far. You know, he's really doing what he can. Very, very strong performance here for Timothy, and this is exactly what he needed. Robert Morrison, that number 21 Mercedes.com Ford Mustang. He's doing a great job up here in that 14th spot, started 17th. He's struggled a little bit here the past 2 weeks, so him and his team are really looking to get things turned around. And, you know, hopefully that will happen for him very soon, because we know that he can actually be a rocket ship. So he's just got to really get his team together and get that number 21 back towards the front. Lee Campbell in that number 60 Coca-Cola machine, currently in that 15th spot. About to go, looks like one lap down, or he just went one lap down to Stephen Luttrell. As Stephen Luttrell, he's starting to make his way through this traffic here. But Lee Campbell started 23rd up to the 15th spot, so a decent run for him as he's now trying to fight to get his lap back from Stephen Luttrell, which he's on the inside now of Stephen, but not able to do anything with it yet. Let's jump back here to Brian LaPratte in that 101 machine again. Started 16th. He started third, fell back a little bit. Then something happened with Steve Sizemore. He got hard into the outside wall, so he's on a different pit cycle than everybody else. But he's got company right behind him. If David Davis started fourth, not exactly sure what happened with David Davis to cause him to fall all the way back here to that 17th spot. But this is definitely not the day David Davis wanted. Ryan Warp got caught speeding on pit road early on in that number 45 machine. But he's struggling here just a little bit. So he's not having a really good day here in Las Vegas as he is now in that 18th spot. Sam Luber's in that 16th. He also got caught speeding on pit road this last cycle. And so that's the reason why he's back here in that 19th spot after starting 5th. Luber's has been very fast and strong all day long. So that just unfortunately getting caught speeding on pit road didn't work for him in his favor. Matt Mettler, driver of that number 311 machine. He started in the 12th, currently 20th. He's on a different pit cycle than everybody else, pitting at least 10 laps earlier than everybody else. So Matt Mettler is currently a couple laps down. Kensley Smith in that number 15 machine. He's having a really rough day here today. Just not feeling it here in Las Vegas. Cody Benelli in that number 19 machine. He got spun down pit road early on and just hasn't been able to recover since. So he's still a couple laps down here in that 22nd spot. Just really rough day here for Cody Benelli. Eric Dodd in that number 87 Anderson machine having a rough day here in Las Vegas as well. So a very unfortunate day here for Eric Dodd. Trevor Fettig, he got caught speeding on pit road, I believe it was during the first pit cycle, as he is just having a rough time at the moment in that 711 machine. And Jonathan Stidham having some sort of mechanical issues as he is fallen back to, I believe, 25 laps down to his issues in that number 42 Americatees.com Ford Mustang. But that is going through the field as we are now working lap 120 of 200 of this event. And still out front, Stephen Luttrell being followed by Kirby Wainscott as we start getting our next round of pit stops underway here very shortly. Dakota LaRue has made his way up here into the booth. Dakota, good morning. How are you feeling, buddy?
Not too great, but I decided to at least do half of it. I woke up, did not feel very good, have not had time to really talk to anybody. But yeah, as you were talking about, these pit stops and such have just been such a factor in most of these races the past few weeks that you're really going to have to start practicing and being sure you're on top of your A game coming into pits. Might even be more beneficial to play it just a little bit safe to guarantee that you don't get the black flag, as we get these really long green flag runs and you're kind of just a sit and duck if you do.
Yeah, definitely. As we've actually gone green flag this whole entire time so far, and we've had about 3 or 4 drivers get hit with that speeding on entries. So this is definitely probably one of the toughest pit roads to get down onto, because just the speed difference trying to get down, I believe, to that 45 mile an hour, speed limit. It's tough here at Vegas because not only do you have to get down from a high speed down to that low speed, but you're also fighting that banking transition as well, which also makes a big difference as well, trying to, come down pit road.
Yeah, see, here at Vegas, the pit road entry doesn't really start until the exit of turn 4, so you really don't have a lot of time to slow down. So you're actually, I'd say you really realistically need to start slowing down in the middle of the corner on the bottom.
Yeah, definitely. and that's something that these guys are battling now. Timothy Eisburn, he's now coming down pit road in his number 92 machine. Let's see if we can find a really good battle happening here. Are you in the session already, or do I need to share my screen?
No, sir, I'm in the session. I'm just trying to get my SDK overlay to work. For some reason, it's not popping up. You know how that is.
Yeah, no worries on that. Try to find some good battles happening all around this track. Oh, I think I just came to see Richie Joplin bounce off the outside wall.
I was about to say, I don't really think there's too many battles going on. Everyone's pretty separated by about a couple tenths to almost a second throughout the entire field here. Your closest battle, honestly, is probably about 7th to 8th, which is about a second gap there.
Pretty much spread out through the field. Curtis Ecker, he's got to the back bumper here of Kirby Wainscott for that second spot. Curtis Ecker, he's really seemed to start coming alive since that last pit stop. He's been starting to put down some really good lap times compared to your race leaders.
And I mean, Curtis has been running so well this season compared to last season that, I mean, I'm kind of being more expecting of him to be in the top 5 in most of these series.
Yeah.
But I would say I think the biggest turnaround I have seen is got to be Stephen Luttrell in the 36 machine. I don't know what it is with this season, but he's absolutely come to life in all the series, and it seems like he's pushing a little harder to try to prove himself.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, like, what, he's wanting to prove, because, I mean, we all know Stephen Luttrell, he's quick. But, like, last season, I feel like he didn't really have the results to prove it, so maybe that's what you're talking about, I think he's trying to prove to himself.
Yeah, I feel like it's more of just trying to show himself that he can come out here and win these races. Maybe even show a couple other people that, if he wants to, he can. It's not that he's, I ain't saying he's slow baiting guns.
Oh, no. Definitely not what we are saying at all.
I feel like this is more laps than I'm running tonight.
No, you're running a very long race.
I don't even remember how many laps I'm running tonight, man.
Well, I guess you're going to be YOLOing it today, huh?
Yep. Just full sin, baby. I still didn't get you some stages and stuff, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to run the whole race. I feel absolutely terrible today.
Yeah, it's alright. It happens.
But it does look like Curtis Ecker was able to get around Kirby Wainscott for the second position. He's already out to about a half a second gap over Kirby Wainscott. But Kirby Wainscott's stuck behind that 15 machine of Kinsley Smith right now. Doesn't really look like he's trying to get around him or anything, but that might be slowing him down a little bit. Curtis Ecker not really making up any time on your leader, but is faster in second place currently. And of course, I say that, and he makes up 2 tenths.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, man, they can't never just let me be right. And then he loses it right back as soon as I bring that up. What the heck?
That sounds about right.
And I don't know if you've looked over YouTube chat, but we got to have a great call, Mike, from Mount Miller. We got Let's Go Ryan Warp. Let's Go Joplin. We also got a new one. Might have been the worst performance I've ever had before. Car would not turn at all, run over racing.
Yeah, that is probably Jonathan Stidham. in that number 42 machine. He's really struggled here today, and you know that's just not normal out of that number 42 machine. So hopefully they can go back to the race shop tonight and duke it out with the team and figure out what the hell happened with that number 42 machine.
Yeah, we got a couple takers to pit here, the 8 car, the 10 car, and the 61. So it's Curtis Ecker, Kirby Wainscott, and Robin Lloyd.
Yeah, they're all coming down pit road and going to give up that.
Oh, Kirby's actually exiting. My bad.
Yeah, so the next round of pit stops are starting. Looks like they will still need to make at least one more pit stop after this, as they've been only able to go about 40 to 50 laps. So they will need to make at least one more pit stop. Alright, let's see. Pit House had like 3 updates mid-race. Ooh. Okay, what's Pit House?
So Moza has this app, it's called Moza Pit House, and basically you can go in there, you can adjust like your force feedback, how much your steering wheel turns,
Okay.
and all this other junk. But there's like 100 different things on there you can adjust.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I typically don't update mine all the time, but whenever I do, it's normally like 2 to 3 updates at a time that I do. But if his is having issues, I might need to go ahead and just update mine today just to be safe.
Yeah, definitely go do that, like right now. But never
I'll do
had
it
it
after this
happen
race.
mid-race. Oh wow, okay. Well, I would definitely be writing to Moza and say, the hell, dude. Sam Luber is in that number 16 machines. He's down on pit road, and once again, he got caught speeding on pit road, so he's going to have to take that 40-second penalty again. So a bad day gone to worse for that number 16 machine. Andrew Tefta made his way back up to that second spot, still needing to come down pit road.
And he's not wrong, it normally don't do it mid-race, so that is a little weird.
Yeah.
You have to run it as an administrator for it to even update.
Oh, wow.
At least mine, anyways. Wonder how much longer these leaders are going to wait to come down, but you know what? I got my question answered. Steven Luttrell coming down to pits right now. That's going to hand over the lead to Andrew Teff.
Yeah, Andrew Teff, he's been one of the ones that have been able to go one lap further than everybody else, except this last pit cycle. Brandon Puffenbarger, he pitted just about, yeah, he did pit the same lap as Andrew Teff did back on lap 99, so, you know, Andrew Teff, I think he's going to try to squeeze out, we still got 60 laps to go, yeah. I mean, Andrew Teff, there's no way that they're going to be able to save 60 laps of fuel.
I think the fuel window's about, what, 45 laps? 40, right in there.
Sorry about going quiet there. The family just got back from their weekend camping trip.
Awesome. Tell family I said hi.
Will do once they get them back into the room. But yeah, so Andrew Teff still out front here. Should be coming down pit road very soon. You know, if Andrew Teff can make it all the way to lap 50, he may be able to do it on one more pit stop.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget, Alex Teff only about 6 seconds behind him here, so if that, Alex could be on the same type of strategy.
Yeah, probably. See, but one thing we know about Andrew is he knows how to save fuel. You know, and let's ride on board here with Andrew, just so you guys can get a general idea as he comes down here into turn number 3. Right there, he clutches it and then gets right back into it. And just being off or having it clutch just for that, 3 to 5 seconds right there, it can make a huge difference in your fuel mileage. As he only held it for a couple seconds that time in turns 1 and 2.
The way I was taught to save fuel, which is, I mean, I'm not saying anybody's wrong or anything, is the place you can save the most fuel is on the straightaway. So if you're able to cut that straightaway down, hold the clutch, carry your momentum through the corner, it also varies track to track, obviously, right? This one, you're full speed through the corner, so saving in the corners helps as well. But talking more like short tracks and other typical miles and a half where you might have to let off a little bit, you kind of clutch in on the straightaway where you're using the most fuel, and then you can kind of let off a little earlier in the middle of the corner to power out of the exit to keep your momentum up and your speed. And in turn, you will be able to save fuel like that while maintaining a decent pace.
Yeah, definitely,
So,
for sure.
a little fun fact about this track for those of you that do not know, turn 1 and 2 has what we call a grip strip on the bottom. As you see, they're kind of swinging the corner a little wide and getting down there to the bottom. You're able to full speed through 1 and 2, and it's like you get extra grip if you're near that paint on the white line, and it'll help pull you right through the corner. 3 and 4 does not have that, so you have to drive that corner a little more than you would want it to. It's also a little bit different shaped, so you're having to let off a little. You actually have to let off a little bit through that corner.
Yeah, without, you know, really like looking at it, you know, from high above, it doesn't look, you know, like they're different corners. But yeah, I mean, turn 1 and 2, I believe, is a little bit more tighter than 3 and 4, which also makes this track very unique.
Yeah, also, I think a tad bit more banking on 1 and 2 than there is 3 and 4 as well. And the only reason I bring this up is because I know we had people that's wanting us to talk about how to get around the track and stuff like that. And since we're on board with Andrew while he's saving, it's a very good time to kind of watch this here. But he does have a group of hungry cars behind him trying to get their lap back. It looks like Kirby Wayne, Scott, Curtis Ecker, and possibly even someone. I can't tell who that third car is.
Here comes Andrew Seth as we are riding on board, just showing that transition, guys, just getting it down here onto pits. You know, it's really rough, and he's coming to the lap 150 or 149, so yeah, 150, there it is. He may be able to make it all the way, but it's going to be very, very, very close.
That's definitely an interesting strategy if he can make it work. I'm gonna have to think about later. Unfortunately, I don't have a clutch, so.
Well, you need to start becoming like everybody else and use a button.
Yeah, I keep getting told that, but I just keep forgetting to program the button because I'm a little dingy. Looks like Brandon Puffenbarg coming down the pits as well in that 5 machine. And that puts everybody in the top 13 back on the lead lap, I believe. But David Davis and that 777 are very close to going a lap down again.
Yeah, as we're...
Oh, my bad. That's Kinsley Smith.
Yeah, Kinsley Smith's getting ready to, yeah. But as we're taking a look here, Curtis Ecker just took over the race lead from Kirby Wainscott. So Curtis Ecker looking to make the best of it here, but unfortunately these guys did pit back on lap 134, so they will not be able to make it all the way to the end. So
yeah, some of the first 2 to pit, I believe, right?
Yeah, so unfortunately they will have to pit one more time, which is not going to do them any favors. But Andrew Teft back in that 5th spot and Alex Teft in the 8th spot, You know, if they clutch it just right, they should be able to make it all the way to the end without needing to stop. Gonna jump back to Richie Joplin and Rowan Lloyd. As you see Andrew Teft just go flying by Rowan Lloyd there. I'm sorry, Richie Joplin. Am I still on? Yes, I am. That's why it's looking so funky. I forgot to change my camera view.
And if y'all enjoyed this week's race, next week we're going to Darlington, which is a lot harder of a track than Vegas, and that is going to be a very interesting race. I will say it's a lot harder to pass there, a lot easier to make mistakes, a lot slicker of a track. So definitely be tuning in next week for Darlington on March 22nd there.
Yeah, definitely come back for that. And I believe we're doing what, half distance there, I think.
Let me pull it back up just to be sure here. It looks like we are going to be running 147 laps, 50% race.
Yep.
So, yeah, 75% fuel, 4 sets of tires. Definitely going to be an interesting one there.
Yeah, definitely going to be very interesting for sure. As we take a look here at Andrew Teft pulling away from Richie Joplin. He's starting to reel in Stephen Luttrell, but there is a 8-second gap, so he's still got a long way to go. But right now, I think what Andrew's mind thought is at this point is saving that fuel, as we are quickly approaching that 40 to go mark.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if Stephen Luttrell's trying to save a little bit of fuel as well, as he's not really catching up to our top two at the moment, very quickly anyways. But Curtis Eckert pulling away from Kirby Wainscott there, out to a 1 second gap. He's absolutely looking pretty fast right now, but like you said, them two, I don't think there's any way they can make it to the end of this thing. So their best to push as hard as they can, possibly come down to pits a little early, see if they can get some kind of strategy going.
Yeah, definitely going to be very tough for these guys if they can't, if they don't catch a caution. That's going to be really rough there. So, but I mean, the way that these guys have been running all day long, it's been a very great race overall, to be honest. I mean, even though right now they're all spread out, I mean, jumping back here to Rowan Lloyd in that 61 machine, you know, he's got Richie Joplin directly in front of him, and he's got it was that Cody Benelli in the 19 who is a couple laps down, you know, but they're still running hard, like as if they are actually running for that 6th spot. So I mean, there's decent racing all around this track. We just gotta find the right people at the right time.
Yeah, it is fair. And I'm taking a look at the points here. It does look like if Andrew Teft is able to save the fuel and make it to the end of this thing, somehow and get it win, he's currently 23 points back from the lead, sitting 5th place. That'll give him a big boost, probably move him up towards like second to 3rd place there. Alex Teft only about 7 points back from the lead. Troy Thomas actually leading the points race right now, and that 88 machine currently sitting 8th. So a lot of room for people to kind of get caught up and improve their point standings here, but the points battle is still pretty tight. Only about 25 points back to 6th place here.
Yeah, definitely. And let's go ahead and pull that up for you guys here real quick one more time. This is your current points championship battle right here. So coming in today, it was Troy Thomas on top. But Kirby Wainscott, he's having a really fantastic day, so that's going to definitely propel him up to the top. And with Andrew Teft back there in that 5th spot, I don't know if he's going to have enough points to propel him to the top of the board. But that remains to be seen, as we have Curtis Eckert in that number 8 machine now coming down pit road with 38 laps to go.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, trying to get that early pit here. Potentially even going to take 2 tires to minimize as much time as he can on pits, as he's really not running that many laps. And there's only about 42 or, oh, sorry, 38 to go.
Yeah, he's coming down pit road. He is getting 2 tires. You know, those the left sides, that they don't get eaten up too much here at Vegas. It's mainly those right side tires that you got to worry about. So, so I think that might have been the right call here for Curtis Ecker in that number 8 machine.
Just unfortunately, even though he pit from the lead, it only took 2 tires. He still went a lap down here, so he's gonna have to try to get back around these leaders if he's able to do so. But we're gonna see what happens here.
Talking about the race leaders, Kirby Wainscott's got his mirror full of Stephen Luttrell now for that second spot. I'm sorry, for that race lead, I should say. As they come rocketing out of turn number 2. Stephen Luttrell really flexing his muscles here today at Las Vegas. But unfortunately, you know, like we were talking, you know, we just don't know if they can make it the rest of the way. David Davison, that 777 machine, he's down on pit road along with Timothy Eisburn. As we see this battle here for the top spot, Stephen Luttrell working that outside lane. As he's actually getting a little help here from a lap down car, and that's going to propel him, and that's Adam Squires in that number 35 machine. But here comes Kirby Wainscott pulling his machine down on pit road, get down to pit speed. Beautifully done there by Kirby Wainscott. Stephen Luttrell now taking over that race lead, as you see the 777 of David Davis looking to get one of his laps back.
I did see, I believe, the 08 of Sizemore sticking his hand out the window, come down the pits, possibly even the 19 machine of Cody Benelli.
Yeah, so Sizemore down pit road. So we're still looking for Troy Thomas and Stephen Luttrell to come back down pit road for their final pit stop. So it's going to definitely be very interesting to see how all this is going to play out. You know, with Andrew and Alex Teft both. You know, as we currently only have 4 cars on the lead lap.
And I will say, it does seem like Alex is saving a little more than Andrew here, so maybe trying to guarantee that he can make it just to be a little extra safe in case Andrew can't, to come away with the win here, but still sitting in a pretty good spot for a P2 today.
Oh yeah, definitely. And, you know, these 2 drivers, the Teft brothers, let me tell you what, they know how to save fuel. I don't know how they do it, don't know what the secret is, but they really know how to save fuel.
Well, only about 30 laps left in this race today at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Andrew Teft actually starting to gain on Stephen Luttrell a little bit, so I imagine Stephen might be trying to save, but not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, I mean, he can save all he wants. I don't think he can. Yeah, I don't think he can, because that's. No, here comes Stephen now. Here he comes.
And that is going to hand the race lead over to Andrew Teft and that number 98 machine. Troy Thomas is going to be taking over second unless he decides to pit as well.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to come in because there's just no way that you can go 60 laps on, even saving. So I think Troy Thomas, he's going to have to come down pit road here in the next couple of laps himself. And now that just turns the race lead, like you said, over to Andrew Teft and Alex Teft as well. And now the question remains here, will these drivers have enough fuel to make it to the end? Because they're going to have to push it just about 51 laps. So, man, this is definitely going to be very, very interesting to see.
Stephen Luttrell getting a very fast pit stop there.
Yeah. Good lap time there. He did come back out in front of Richie Joplin. So he'll stay in that 6th spot. Kirby Wayne Scott, he was able to get his lap back. Troy Thomas in the 88 machine now coming down pit road for his final stop of the day. And now that's going to bring everybody back up to Andrew Teft and Alex Teft. And then Curtis Ecker will be taking over that 3rd spot. So if things were to if things were to end the way it is right now, Curtis Ecker having a really great day, jumping from that 14th spot to 3rd. So that's not a bad day there for Curtis Ecker.
And I want it to be something if he can get caught up to our leaders here. I mean, it'd be a very long road to do so. If he can get up there within the last few laps and potentially make it past for second, that would be absolutely insane. But we'll have to see what kind of speed they're able to get here.
Yeah, so far, Curtis Ecker, he is 22 seconds back, and we got 24 laps to go, so he's going to need to make up almost a second a lap, which he is just not doing at the moment.
Yeah, his last lap by was a 30.5. Andrew Teft with a 30.9, so only about 0.4 of a difference here.
Yeah, that gap just now went under 22 seconds for your race leader. Alex Teft, he is hanging back at just about 6.21 seconds, 6.2 now. So Alex is not really gaining, on him either. But Curtis Ecker, he is starting to reel in Alex. So he may be able to catch Alex, but it's going to be very, very close.
And keep in mind, Curtis Ecker only took 2 tires on that last stop there. I believe Stephen Luttrell on 4. I'm not quite sure what Kirby Wayne Scott took there. So
I'm showing that he possibly took. I think everybody. So everybody else took 4 tires.
yeah, Stephen Luttrell able to get around Andrew Teft to get his lap back here. So if a caution does come out, he will be back on the lead lap.
Yeah. And that puts Richie Joplin in that number 89 machine. Your first car 1 lap down. Yeah, Alex and Andrew, they're saving just about the same amount of fuel. And as I say that, Alex gets a 10th closer to Andrew.
Never fails every time we bring it up, man.
Oh, yeah.
But 5 cars on the lead lap right now, like out of 26. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's definitely, definitely a wow moment here for us. As we take a look here at Curtis Eckert trying to reel in your race leaders. He is just a little bit quicker each lap, but I don't think he's going to have enough time to do anything with them. And he's 14 and a half seconds back to Alex and 20 and a half seconds back to Andrew. So he's going to have to really put up, full speed ahead if he's going to want to catch those two drivers. But as of right now, I don't think he's going to have enough time to catch them.
But it does look like Alex F starting to make up a little bit of time on Andrew, maybe realizing he's going to have to push a little harder to try to get a chance to win this thing. As, they pitted on the same lap, so they should have around the same amount of fuel here.
Alright, I pulled up the track map so everybody can see. That's the separation between your top 3 drivers. So with Curtis Eckert only heading into turn number 3 now, he's got a very, very long way to go. And that's the separation between first and second there. Now both drivers on the back straightaway. Alright, I'm getting very antsy here. As a crew, I'm just glad I'm not their crew chief, Dakota, because, man, let me tell you what, I wouldn't be able to watch. I would have to stand up and turn my back for the rest of the race and say, just let me know how it goes.
And it's still that, that dreaded possibility that we could have a caution here that would run everybody's strategy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think the worst thing is whenever you fuel save and you end up having a caution with like 3 to go, you're guaranteed to win, and then you got to sit there and battle it out with 5 or 6 other people for 3 laps.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, if the caution were to come out, everybody's coming in for fuel and tires. Alright, Alex Teft, he is now down to 5 seconds to your race leader of Andrew Teft. So it looks like right now, Andrew, he is saving a little bit more fuel than Alex is at the moment, as the gap is now down to almost 4.5 seconds now.
Yeah, and if I'm Andrew here, I'm going to keep saving until Alex is about 1 second out, maybe 1.5 seconds, and then I'm going to just go ahead and send it there. Unless I'm just that close on fuel, because if Alex is pushing that much harder, obviously he's going to have a little bit less fuel than me, so.
God, you just hear everybody clutching it right there, including Richie Joplin in that number 89 machine. As soon as you heard Andrew clutch it, you heard Richie clutch it as well.
And also, Stephen Luttrell almost caught up to Kirby Wainscott, only about 4 seconds back from him, so he has a chance to gain a position to get in 4th place here as well.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and jump back to those drivers here real quick. So there's Stephen Luttrell out of turn number 4. But he's definitely gaining a lot quicker on Kirby because he was at just about 4.5 seconds back, and he's already up to just about three and a half now. So he's definitely closing in on Kirby Wainscott for sure for that fourth spot.
And Kirby running about a 30.712. The Stephen Luttrell at a 30.531 last time by. Curtis Eckert 30.8. Nope, 30.7 last time by. There we go. Although this next lap that they did there, it looks like Stephen Luttrell went from a 0.5 to a 0.7, so it did slow up a little bit there.
Yep. And I also want to point out 3.5 second separation between Andrew Teft and Alex Teft. So Alex, he is quickly closing in here as we have 9 laps to go at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Separation now under 3.5 seconds. 8 to go this time. Separation 3 seconds now. Man, what a run this will be for Alex if he's able to catch and pass Andrew for that race lead. But the question is do these drivers have enough fuel to duel it out for the race lead?
And wouldn't it be something if they end up running out of fuel, 2 to go, 1 to go here, and try to do a coast battle, see if they can make it across the line before Curtis Eckert and that 8 machine gets caught up to him. Only 16 seconds back at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, Curtis is in a very good spot at the moment. You know, he's still got just about 3.5 seconds over Kirby Wainscott. So if Andrew and Alex were to both run out of fuel, depending on where they run out, that will determine, you know, I think that's going to what it boils down to, as we have 6 laps to go and now just a 2-second separation between the Teft brothers.
And the only one I feel worried about running out of fuel would be Alex Teft here, as he's pushing a little harder than Andrew. Andrew, very clearly, he's sitting behind Kinsley Smith using a little bit of draft, clutching, steel. I mean, he's saving the maximum amount he possibly can here.
Yeah, definitely. Now just about 1.5 seconds back to your battle here for your race lead. 5 laps to go.
Forward goes we cross the line this time. Andrew Teft still to the point. Alex Teft only about a 1.5 seconds back and closing in very quickly here.
Yep.
But he's going to have to kind of get this figured out, as he only has about 4 laps left to get to the back bumper of Andrew Teft to make a move here. So,
Oh, that's not going to help him as he tagged the wall on the exit of turn 2. But now he's got to try to work around Richie Joplin in that number 89 machine. You know, but he can also use Joplin here as, you know, an advantage and use his draft, you know, a little bit here. But he doesn't want to wait too long because we do have 3 laps to go this time. So time is definitely starting to run out here. And it's going to get very, very interesting really, really quick here. And it looks like Andrew, he is using Richie Joplin in front. I'm sorry. That's not Richie Joplin. Kinsley Smith in front of him, you know, to save a little bit of fuel as well using that draft. As we have 2 laps to go, now under 0.7 second separation between your race leaders. This is about to get good here at Las Vegas. Did these drivers gamble enough? Were they able to save enough? How's this going to play out here in the final lap? Andrew Teft, Alex Teft out of turn number 4. White flag is in the air. Did they save enough fuel to get to the end? Only 1.5 miles remaining to determine that outcome. Now, just a less than a half-second separation out of turn number 2. Andrew Teft trying to get onto the inside. Yeah, he's going to be okay here through turns 3 and 4. Here comes
I think
Alex.
he's
He's out.
sputtering.
He's out of fuel. Andrew Teft is out of fuel. That's going to turn the race win over to Alex Teft out of turn number 4. Andrew Teft will coast it home second, and Curtis Ecker will bring it home third as they will exit here out of turn number 4. A heartbreak for Andrew Teft coming out of turn number 4. But it will be Alex Teft as he sputters down the back straightaway. As he's trying to get some fuel back into the pickup in the fuel tank. But Alex, my dude, I don't think you're going to have enough to do a burnout here today.
Oh, we'll see. Keep an eye on him here and see if he's able to get
He's
anything
trying.
going.
He's trying. Come on, give us.
I think
give
I
us
just heard on the radio he's got just a little.
Give us a little something, something. Come on. There it is. But I hear it sputtering.
Sure, he got a little bit of one in that counts.
Absolutely. As teammates, Kirby Wainscott finished 4th. He's trying to get him up there. He's still trying. He's still trying.
Oh man, I missed part of this race. What an interesting finish there is. I mean, it ended up coming down to fuel saving, and Alex Teft, who was actually gaining on Andrew Teft that entire time, able to save better and gain time.
Yeah.
So I believe Andrew didn't have draft on the first part of that last stint there, and it kind of cost him a little bit. So
Just got word Brian LaPrette, his headset died. His VR headset died. So he's hoping that he didn't take anybody out with him there. So that's definitely very rough there for that number 101 machine. I don't think you took anybody out, Brian. I think you're good, my man.
yeah, it's top 5 going to be Alex Teft, Andrew Teft, Curtis Ecker, Kirby Wainscott, and Stephen Luttrell. But Stephen Luttrell somehow going back a lap down according to my SDK.
Yeah, so alrighty. Before we talk with our race winners, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a look here at our race results. So, taking home the race win is going to be Alex Teft. He led only 1 lap here today. And that was the lap that absolutely mattered. Andrew Teft brought it home second, missing it out by maybe just about a quarter of a mile to a half a mile. And unfortunately, he will finish out second. Curtis Ecker, what a strong finish for him, bringing it home third. 4th, is going to be Kirby Wainscott, followed by Stephen Luttrell in that 5th position. What a good finish for those drivers. Richie Joplin, Steve Sizemore, Troy Thomas, Truth Hoke, and Adam Squires will round out your top 10. So what a really good day for your top 10 drivers here. Kensley Smith will bring it home 11th. Brandon Puffenbarger, David Davis, Robert Morris, and Lee Campbell will round out your top 15. Timothy Eisburn, Ryan Warp, Cody Benelli, Trevor Fetzig, and Brian LaPrette will round out your top 20. 21st is going to be Matt Metler with a early exit, followed by Jonathan Stidham and Patrick Millett. He had electrical issues and was not able to start the race. But your hard charger for the day is going to be your race winner, Alex Teft, up 17 spots. Andrew Teft, he will get a bonus point for leading the most laps at 49 laps. Your fastest lap was set by Alex Teft. And your pole sitter, again, was Kirby Wainscott in that number 10 machine. We did go 200 laps here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for 304 miles. And we had 7 different leaders and no cautions. We went flag to flag here for the Sunday premiere series here on Racers Elite Network. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is just absolutely fantastic. Really good hard racing. And with that being said, let's go ahead and see if Curtis Ecker is ready for a interview. Curtis, it's Mike and Dakota up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Curtis, what a good run for you today. You came up 11 spots from where you started, and talk us through the race. And did you have anything available to you for that final run?
Man, yeah, that was a fun, and glad to see a chicken coop top 4 again. That was awesome. But yeah, I was really good. Once lap 20 or 25 into the run hit, I think I was probably one of the quicker cars out there. I was just always caught playing catch up then, of course. Then I short pit there at that last stop and managed to jump Kirby, and it was just trying to hang on there and hope they ran out a lap sooner than what they did.
Yeah, it definitely came very close. Andrew actually ended up running out of fuel, getting ready to come out of turn 4. But I mean, just what a way to come and knock out today here in Vegas. We ran caution free. How fast overall was that number 8 machine to get you up here to third?
It was definitely great. Struggled a little bit early in the run, but like I said, once like lap 20, 25 into the run, I think I was definitely one of the better cars out there. That's when I really started making moves and gaining track position.
Yeah, definitely. Dakota, do you got any questions for Curtis before we let him go today?
Just congratulations on the P3 finish. Anyone want to thank or shout out for helping you get the job done today, sir?
Of course, my family and Chicken Coop Racing. We always are real good with communicating everything. And once again, congratulations to Andrew on that. Well, I guess Alex on that win and Andrew on the second place. But thank you guys for an awesome broadcast, and can't wait for next week.
Yeah, definitely going to be very interesting when we head over to the Lady in Black. But congratulations, Curtis, on your third place finish, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, your third place driver of that number 8 machine, Curtis Ecker. Let's go ahead and bring up the number 98 machine of Andrew Teft. Andrew, it's Mike and Dakota up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Andrew, man, what a very interesting race. You had us all up on the edge of our seats, wondering if you could make it to the end. But you did end up coming home just a little short there. What was the difference, between you and Alex to make it so that, he was able to save just enough?
The runs kind of varied for me. The first couple were really easy to save. I really didn't have to adjust my line very much at all. Just kind of just driving normal, and but I had lots of draft, and as the race went on, the later runs I had less and less cars to work with, and that final run I probably had like a mile of clean air most of the time. So it's like the one time in my life I didn't want clean air, because I needed somebody else to push the air out of the way for me to be able to make it there. It was about a half lap short. Started sputtering on the backstretch, but congrats to Alex. He did a really good job managing that. Kind of started off in a hole compared to me, and then by the time we got to the 200 green flag lap here, and he had closed that lap deficit and actually outperformed me on that final run. So congrats to him.
Yeah, definitely. And as you mentioned, that we went flag to flag once again, and this season, Andrew, it's just been absolutely phenomenal, man. Just really great, green flag racing. I'm enjoying it up here, and man, let me tell you what, just this was a big, huge difference between last season to this season, and man, I'm ready to get heading over to Darlington next week and talk about Darlington. What's your thoughts about heading over to the Lady in Black?
I usually do all right there. I think we're in daytime conditions, so it probably be pretty slippery out there. But yeah, I guess it's just one of those rhythm tracks and keeping it out of the wall, racing smart all day. So I usually do fairly well at those. And Martinsville the following week, that should be interesting. So make sure you guys tune back in for that one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Dakota, do you have any questions for your runner-up finisher today?
Just congratulations on the P2 finish, and who do you want to thank or shout out for helping you get the job done today?
Yeah, just a huge shout out to everybody on the track today. I don't know where else you can go and get 200 green flag laps of Las Vegas racing like that. So just it was a little bit of a challenge. It was kind of easy to push off the corners into the wall or get tight with somebody next to you. So just impressed with everybody and thankful to have this group of guys. But want to thank you guys for helping out in the booth. Want to thank our servicemen and women, friends, family, team. If you want to check us out, head on over to racerselite.com.
Well, I will say, I got a race a league here tonight. It's 100% league, and I guarantee you we're not going flag to flag. So, still very impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
I think I might have saw one car sideways the whole race. So just really great job by everybody.
Yeah, that would have been the 19 of Cody Benelli back on I think it was like lap 5 or 6 or something like that. Just he lost it early on and got a little help from Truth Oak, and yeah, that was the only incident that we had today, but no caution. And just what a great race again, Andrew. And man, thank you for allowing us to do this, man.
Yeah, I almost didn't think the fuel mileage would come into play because so many laps of green flag racing, but I was like, I'm gonna try just in case. And if yellow comes out, I'm probably just giving up spots for nothing by riding around slightly slower. But yeah, for whatever reason it happened, and just thankful. So thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that was Andrew Teft, driver of that number 98 machine. And let's bring up the new fuel saver master in Racers Elite, Alex Teft, driver of that number 43 machine. Alex, Mike to go up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Alex, man, what a race. What a fuel saving race. What did it take for you to save more fuel than Andrew?
Pretty much had to clutch every corner from halfway on in the race. I didn't save the first half, just because I was trying to fight my way through the field. And once I got into that top 5 area, and we were all kind of on the same cycle, a few laps here or there, different on the pit strategy. I kind of decided that halfway through the race I would make that decision whether I wanted to save or not. And I figured it was doable, but it was going to be, take a lot of determination and just the control to do it. But yeah, just from there on, start clutching, and I really wasn't that much slower, if at all, because I didn't really have short run speed by any means. I was really, really good on the long run. I was good at saving tires and whatnot. So really, lap time wise, I wasn't running much different. But I just knew that if I wanted to win the race, I was going to have to try to save fuel because I had, like I said, I was around that top 5 anyway. So I was either finish 4th, 5th, or try to win. And yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, definitely. This is like the second. No, I want to say probably the third or fourth race this season across all the series that fuel saving and fuel mileage came into play. Next week we're heading to Darlington, which is going to be a lot tougher for you guys. What's it going to take to bring home a back-to-back win at the Lady in Black?
Just got to keep it out of the wall. That's the main thing. Just that exit off of turn 2 is super treacherous, and get that little bit of wheel damage, and your run is pretty much screwed from there. So just try to keep the nose clean and keep it up front, and try to come back and get another one.
Absolutely. Dakota, do you have any questions for our race winner?
No, sir. Just congratulations on your first place finish. And is there anyone you want to thank or shout out for helping you get the job done today?
Yeah, thank you guys in the Race Elite Network booth for putting on the show here. Take a look yourself, Races Elite, and shout out to the Chick Coop Racing guys. Got the podium and fourth place, I believe. So good run by all of us. Thank the fans and the viewers that watch all the time, and my wife.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Chicken Coop is definitely very strong this season. And, well, Alex, again, congratulations, buddy, on your race win. And we'll see you next week when we head over to Darlington.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, driver that number 43 machine, Alex Teft. Taking a quick look here at our points over on simracerhub.com. Kirby Wainscott, he will overtake the points lead by 1 point over Alex Teft. Troy Thomas, he will fall back to that third spot. Andrew Teft, he'll move up 1 spot to fourth. David Davis will fall back to fifth. So, and Curtis Ecker, he'll jump into the top 10, bringing it to 9th in the points. So, the point standings battle is starting to get tighter here early on in the season. And Dakota, before we roll out today, you got any final words?
Well, I missed part of the race, but I mean, from what I got to see, it looked like a pretty good race. Flag to flag, 200 laps. Came down to fuel saving, and just luckily, Alex Def seemed to have a little bit better strategy than Andrew. I was able to get some draft there on that last run and make it to the end.
Yeah, definitely a really great finish here today at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We want to thank you guys so much for joining us here on Racers Elite Network. Again, if you guys would like to get in on the action, head over to racerselite.com and join our Discord, and we'll get you guys set up. If you'd like to get some apparel for Racers Elite to help keep us afloat here on the Racer Elite Network, definitely head over to racerelite.com as well. Hit up our apparels for that as well. Big shout out to Speed Zone Race Control. Chantel Pottle once again doing a fantastic job. Easy day for her up in the booth today. As we did go flag to flag today. We want to do another big shout out as well to Whiplash Simcams for giving us all the beautiful views that we got to experience here today at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I am Mike Taylor up here in the booth, joined by the man of chaos, Dakota LaRue. And we will see you all next week when we head to Darlington Raceway for the race, for the Lady in Black. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have yourself a beautiful time zone. And always remember, no matter what you do in life, have fun doing it. If it's not fun, well, go make it fun. We'll see you in Darlington. Have a beautiful time zone.